Tensions inside the U.S. Capitol reached new heights as Democrat lawmakers stormed Speaker Johnson's office in protest over the ongoing government shutdown. And what began as a symbolic demand to seek Arizona's newly elected Representative Adelita Grijalva turned into what Johnson called a full-blown political circus. And nobody was hurt, but the video says it all. Shouting, cameras, and a crowd pushing into the Speaker's hallway. And Democrats claim it was peaceful, and Republicans say it was a stage stunt meant to pressure Johnson into reopening the government. Either way, it's another reminder that D.C. looks more like a reality show than a republic. So was this accountability or just theatrics? Let me know that in the comments. You'll want to see what Speaker Johnson said next. But here's what really happened. My name is Tom. I'm with the Daily Beltway, and I'm also a White House correspondent for the Next News Network. And as the shutdown entered its third week, Democrats from the Women's Caucus marched straight to Speaker Johnson's office, demanding the immediate swearing in of Arizona's newly elected Congresswoman. And what followed wasn't violent, but it was loud, coordinated, and designed to make headlines. And Johnson says they didn't just protest, they stormed his suite and turned it into a political circus. So tell me in the comments, if you think lawmakers should focus on reopening the government instead of performing for cameras, hit like, share your video, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Check this out.
Last night, they played some games. They stormed my office. Maybe you saw some of the video online that they themselves shared, or someone did. They berated a Capitol police officer, screamed at him. He was just merely standing his post. Shows again their disdain for law enforcement, as we see all around the country, the Democrats and everyone in that party, screaming, assaulting ICE officers. They did it right here in the Capitol last night. A few members of Congress went into the little foyer of my office and tore down a sign that I had up and just engaged in all sorts of political stunts and antics. They've been doing that every day now, and it shows their desperation. It also shows
It most certainly does. So the viral clip shows a crowd of Democrat lawmakers chanting "swear her in" as they flood the hallway outside of Johnson's suite. And Capitol Police tried to hold the line, but there was no injuries, but the optics were undeniable. A spectacle inside one of the nation's most powerful offices. And Johnson addressed reporters the next morning, calling the stunt an embarrassing display of political theater. He said the Democrats disrespected the institution, the police, and the office of the Speaker. Democrats claim Johnson's response was overblown and that the protest was peaceful. Still, the event drew the attention of for another reason. Once Grijalva is sworn in, her signature could finalize a petition demanding the release of the sealed Epstein files. And you know what? I want that to happen too. But they shouldn't be shutting down the government over this. And this is where the real motive may lie. So do you guys think this is about representation, or is it about blocking the Epstein petition? Let me know your thoughts in the comments on that, because I'm very curious too. And at his press conference, Johnson didn't mince words. He said that they stormed my office to reopen the government. They did it for the cameras. He called it proof of what's wrong with Congress. Too much performance and not enough progress. And he's not wrong. Then came the moment that flipped the narrative. Johnson linked the event to what he called the national obsession with outrage, saying Democrats, choose showmanship over service. That line hit hard online, dividing reactions instantly. So if you got value from this report, please tap subscribe. My opinion is next. So what happened at the Capitol this week wasn't violence, it was pure vanity. Democrats stormed the Speaker's office not to govern, but to grab headlines. And in a time where federal workers are going unpaid, Americans are watching lawmakers turn the shutdown into a spectacle. And Speaker Johnson's right that Congress shouldn't be a stage for theatrics. But no officer was hurt, and the integrity of the institution did take another hit. And this republic deserves leaders who serve, not actors performing for social media. So if you agree, please share this video and tell me below, should lawmakers be held accountable for turning the Capitol into a circus? Because until that changes, Washington will keep entertaining itself while the country pays the price. God bless.